What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What is up? What is up? Welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher. I am your host, Marcus the Kid Warren. With me is my man Muff. How are you doing today, sir?
What's going on? I'm good. Good.
You're
great.
good?
Yeah.
Good.
I want to say great.
And good.
And good. So it's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
It's good. I think you just invented a new... I like that.
No,
good.
It's actually wax. So I'm not really trying to
No, actually, I think that I'm going to try to run with that. It's good.
Good.
You good. You looking good, girl.
Good.
You looking good, girl.
Yeah. You ain't all that.
You looking good.
You good. Don't be thinking. You looking good. You have some room for improvement.
You can't see that straight. Because you can't see that straight. You can't see it like good, girl. You have to like good. You looking good, girl.
Good, yeah.
Good, girl. Okay, well, I hope y'all doing good out there. Yo, along with us is my man Will. What's going on, Will?
Hey, it's all good in the hood.
It's all good. It's all good, yo. You tuned into a little thing that we call the Cipher. What's going on, internet world? What's going on, clbTV? What's going on, Pyrex TV? What's going on, DC? What's going on, Buffalo? What's going on, New York City? What's going on, Detroit? What's going on, Boston? What's going on, everybody? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit hyped today. I'm excited to be back. We've had a little hiatus, a little bit of a layover, but we're back.
You can reach us by Facebook.
You
can reach us.
Facebook. We are the Cipher Crew on Facebook. That's CIPHER Crew on Facebook. You can also hit us up on Twitter. We are Kid and Muff 44 on Twitter. You can also hit us up on email. We are kidandmuff44@gmail.com. But yo, I also want to shout out a couple people that we've met on Facebook and Twitter and everything. I want to thank y'all for giving us a lot of love. Also, I want to give a shout out to Curtis Black as always, man. Thanks for hooking us up, letting us do our thing on clbTV. Everybody who out there who's been giving us love, man. We just want to say, hey, man, give it right back to you, and thanks for giving us love, man. But yo, let's jump into what we really want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about today?
We want to talk about somebody from Detroit.
From the D.
From the D, and it ain't Eminem. I know how y'all feel about me and Eminem, so it ain't.
Don't get you. What? You bringing that up again?
I'm not bringing Eminem up.
We need to have.
I'm not bringing up Eminem. Okay.
I think Eminem Part 3.
No, this is not Eminem Part 3. Okay, I'll tell you this much. We're not talking about a single person. We're talking about a group.
What group is that?
We're talking about a group that got together in 1995 in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
Given their name from one of the members of
A Tribe Called Quest.
A Tribe Called Quest, which is the funny thing, because they've also numerous times been compared to a Tribe Called Quest, and I'm going to let you guys actually talk about this as a production-wise type of deal.
Well, I mean, the thing about it, just to give a little history on Slum Village a little bit.
I didn't even tell them about Slum Village. So you for giving it away?
Oh.
I was supposed to narrow it down a little bit, saying we're talking about Slum Village and their new album called Manifesto.
Well,
and then blah blah blah, and then you're supposed to go, okay, now Slum Village. But go ahead, Muff. Go ahead. Since I'm just gonna go ahead. You don't need me here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go, Muff.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm gonna pack up all my stuff. You go. You take care of what you guys gotta do. I'm leaving.
You didn't hurt his feelings.
Because y'all go ahead and talk about Slum Village all you want. I'm out of here.
You left your panties over here.
I don't care. I'm leaving my panties. I'm gone.
Now, come on back. Okay, this is getting long.
Go ahead, talk about Slum Village, fool.
So, anyways, let's go into it. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Slum Village.
Yes, Slum Village.
Members T3, Ba10, Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla, we talked about the fact that they got their name from Fife from A Tribe Called Quest. All right?
Yes, sir.
And even with that, Jay Dilla actually was kind of a member of A Tribe Called Quest when he was with a production team called the Ummah.
Right.
Okay? And the Ummah really got put up there as a production team, I think, on the Beats, Rhymes, and Life album. Okay, by 1996 roughly. And you can't really have this Slum Village talk without talking about the whole Jay Dilla thing, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Jay Dilla to me is the greatest artist to come out of Detroit. Period. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to the Eminem and that type of thing as far as hip hop is concerned, but I mean the ripple effect of the music that he's made has been absolutely awesome. That you still hear him today from an artistic point of view. We talked about the fact that you and I, anyway, that he laced the Far Side's second album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Laced that album.
No, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, man, that was Dilla.
You know, that's a really funny thing.
Running,
you forget
the song
about
Running was Jay Dilla. That's crazy.
You forget everything that Dilla's actually done. I totally forgot about that. Just very second.
That thing, that one Janet Jackson song.
I just seen that video.
Yeah, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Where he sampled Joni Mitchell.
Right.
That's Jay Dilla's song. That's Jay Dilla did that for her.
Wow.
Okay, so one he was giving beats to big time artists, but he always wanted to stay an underground type of artist. That was his whole deal. So anyways, fast forward to 1998, I want to say, 99-ish, when Fantastic Volume 2 was made. To me, it was a classic album, that album. And the reason why I say that the Fantastic Volume 2 is a classic album because, number one, I didn't expect much from the album when I first heard it. It's okay, Slum Village, who are these guys? I didn't know a lot about the group, except the fact that Jay Dilla was in it. You know what I mean? At the time, I wasn't a big Jay Dilla fan necessarily. I was still, jocking as far as productions, your Dr. Dre's, your Pete Rocks, and your DJ Premiers, which I still do today. But listening to the album, by the time Get This Money came on, which is midway through the album, I was realized, wait a minute. This is actually a crazy song because you play something not paying it any attention, but after a while, get your attention because it keeps playing. Yeah. That was Fantastic Volume 2, and I remember I rocked that for maybe 2 or 3 years straight. That album, it was that because it put me in the mind of a Tribe Called Quest, what that album was. It wasn't that the MCs were exceptional or anything like that, but even the last song on the album, the one with Common on there. I forget the name of that song. We used to play it all the time, but it's just dope all the way through. So fast forward to the new album called Village Manifesto. I'd like to get your thoughts on that, guys. Where you at on it? 'Cause I know I have some pretty strong thoughts about the album.
See, Slum Village, like you were talking about, Jamie, Jay Dilla's always blew my mind with his beats. Now that is, Slum Village is an album. It's one of those albums like we've talked about it numerous times. Like you have a party, everybody just cooling out. You put on a Slum Village album, you just let that joint play all the way through because the production is that tight. But lyrically, it's just been okay for me.
Yeah, they're not They're not necessarily your greatest lyrical ones.
You know what? The whole album for me is more of a just, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Put it on, let it play.
Yeah.
Right.
And appreciate it for what it is.
Right. But see, that's been the difference with this album for me. Like every other Slum Village album that I've listened to, it's been that way. Just sit back, let it play, and just let whatever happen. This time, I've been caught by lyrics that I've actually heard on the album. I thought this album was actually exceptionally lyrical.
Okay.
And we'll get into that a little bit more. But I mean, this time, I was actually pretty impressed by the actual lyrics that are on Slum Village album.
I think once they got Elzhi in the group, and I think Elzhi's first official, him being a member of the group, Elzhi, who was a member of Slum Village. Well, not so much now, but that's another issue. But when he first got in on Detroit Daily, I want to say it's the first album he was on, really, or it might have been just a self-titled Slum Village album. Either way, that's when they began to get lyrical. When he got with Slum Village, it became great because he's a great lyricist in himself. He's a classic Detroit MC. Okay. He's that guy. We talked about the fact that you can always tell the guys from Detroit with the way that they rhyme.
Right, the cadence.
The cadence is the same. From Royce to Eminem to even Jay Dilla to Elzhi is a part of that too. So I big time. The lyrics were great in this. I thought the production, though, you know how I am about the production, was somewhat uneven a bit for me, which is interesting for me when it comes to Slum Village because I've always loved them for the consistency of the production. Now, again, I'm going back to comparing them to the Fantastic Volume 2, which everybody who listens to our show are probably big Slum Village fans. They know that, they know that Fantastic Volume 2 is certainly a classic without question. It's one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time, in my opinion. But a little bit uneven. There's some great songs on here, though.
Definitely.
And we talked about that. We talked about Scheming with Jay Dilla. Posthumously he's on here. Yeah. Pasta News from De La Soul is also on there, and Fight Dog, the guy they actually got their name from, is on the song. So production wise, it's great.